good day everyone. I am Priya Charity Waskayam BSMA1. Today, I'm gonna show you my insights about the 3 questions that you can see on the screen. Many years ago, cultural life of the Philippine society is a unique blend of diversity and homogeneity. Nearly 4 centuries of Western ruling still left an indelible imprint in the Philippines, which is the emergence of their culture to the sense of political and cultural unity in our nation. On the other hand, the Philippine spiritual anchor is provided by the Spanish and mosques by Muslims. Moreover, our educational system was established by the United States and expanded by the Filipinos, become a symbol of cultural unity and socio-economic progress. But that was years ago. Many says change is constant. Yes, I agree with it. Through the evolution of telenovelas, social media, our culture had been disrupted and rejected, or shall I say, it totally changed a lot. What is social media? Well, according to Investopedia, social media is a computer-based technology that enables the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through the construction of virtual networks and communities. Now, the question is, what is the cultural dynamism of telenovelas or social media? Social media is addictive because it gives us something which the real world lacks. It gives us immediacy, direction, and value as an individual. A quote of David Amerlet. Social media brings a lot of impacts towards human, especially on how we are able to be connected globally. In addition, social media have a biggest effect towards the dynamic change of our culture. It gives us enlightenment on how things are used to be and not used to be. It enables us to understand the other part of something that we don't expect that it will exist in this world. It also assisting us to unleash our undiscovered talent and skills, which sometimes we can show because of the rule in our culture that serves as barriers in our progress. Telenovelas also have a great contribution to the changes of our culture, as sometimes the stories that have been portrayed in the movies have subjected some of the practices of our culture that is not acceptable for everybody. These technologies have greatly impacted our emotions. We started to question ourselves. Why I am not like him? Why I am not like her? Why our culture are not like them? And etc. That would lead you to change your styles, and which can also change the culture you have been following in your life. Because through telenovelas, we will be able to build the ideal self or the person we wanted to be. It is our motivator to do what we really want to do. Therefore, telenovelas and social media are disregarding the negative practices while maintaining the positive practices. Indeed, telenovelas and social media brings a large impact on how I develop my cultural understanding and moral upbringing as a youth in the society. It both gives me a good and bad effect. So we started the good side. Social media helped me to know myself that the real world can't. In social media, I saw a lot of testimonies, have read a lot of inspirational messages that persuaded me to strive hard and aiming high in my life, which the environment I belong couldn't give it to me. In addition, social media teaches me about the different languages of the different tribes, both verbal and non-verbal. It also teaches me about your culture and enable me to understand the meaning of it and guide me on how I should communicate with them. On the other side, the bad effect of the social media is that our family doesn't have time for each other because all of our time is allocated in scrolling our gadgets and checking our social media accounts. Or else, we're so busy watching telenovelas and forget to pray together with our family. Moreover, social media changes myself. How I dress up, and how I look, how I act. Because what I foresee ay hindi ko na malayan na ginagawa ko na pala. Because social media persuaded me to do so. Social media forming my false self and gives me temporary happiness and provided me a physical happiness. And the development of our culture had rapidly changes. In comparison, the youth before are very disciplined, respectful, polite, industrious. However, today, out of 10 Filipino youth, only 2 youth contains that personality before. Through social media, pedophiles had been arousing, sex videos had disrupting, different evil doings have been done, and laziness had been vigorously practiced. In courting a lady, before, the man would go to the house of the lady and ask permission from her parents. But now, through the use of gadgets, through the use of keyboards, my one-way girlfriend can act. That could be possibly add to the population of teenagers who got pregnant at low age. We all witness today, even elementary students had already have their crushes. They already know how to do their makeups, where in fact, before, elementary students are just playing games like mga katutubong laro. Furthermore, the way we got dressed. Before, Filipino youth are so conservative. But now, para nang ilantad ang lahat-lahat just to impress people. And by the impact of imitating celebrities and telenovelas. Morally, teenagers before are very family-oriented, family polite when it comes in talking to other people. But now, even teachers, even professionals, even parents was being disrespected by the youth because of lack in family orientation, because of lack of family's guidance and moral education. Dahil lahat ng oras ng mga magulang ay nakatuon na sa gadgets, nakatuon na sa telenovelas, nakatuon na sa trabaho. That is why they hadn't time to do counseling in their home. Moreover, yung nakasanayan nating humalik bago umalis sa bahay, magmamano pagdating sa bahay, are slowly dissolving. Therefore, social media really changes not just our culture, but also our personality. We are no longer the person who are a citizens in our country, but rather, we are now a parasites in it. Question: why are Filipinos known for being collectivistic culture? Do you personally agree that you are a collectivist? If not, share a concrete personal experience why you think that your orientation is on individualism, not on collectivism. Why Filipinos known for being collectivistic culture? It is because we are family-oriented nation. Our culture generally revolves around the extended family. Unlike other countries, when they reach on the age of 18, they should be parted in their family and make their own living. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, kahit na married na yung mga anak, sa mga magulang pa rin nila sila nakatira. Because of our deep-rooted relationship towards our parents and family. Another thing, in the Philippines, as practicing collectivistic societies, when our parents gets ill, we, children, would personally take good care of them. Tayo yung mag-aalaga without even thinking sa impact na mangyayari sa atin. You don't even care yourself as long as maaalagaan mo sila. Well, you can change plan in life, but you can change parents. We all do these things dahil ang nakatatak sa utak natin is that family is everything and every member of that is a treasure. Also, in a society here in the Philippines, we are implementing democracy government which is listening to everyone's voice. Kung sino yung mas maraming boto, yun ang masusunod. Because we care for everybody's welfare rather than personal prosperity. And we are promoting adherence to norms, respect for authority, elders, and group agreement. And with that, I truly agree that I am a collectivist person. Although sometimes I practice individualism but out of selfishness. But most of the time, I do collectivism. Third question. Do you believe that culture and spiritual belief are barriers for change? Why? Yes, I strongly believe that culture and belief are truly barriers for change. Because firstly, each and every one of us had different interpretations of things because of the impact of our culture and belief. Just like in workplace, the rules and regulation inside the company are need to be implemented fairly without disturbing the values and beliefs of its employees to avoid conflict of interest and chaos inside the company. Secondly, the incompatibility of a culture change based on Zetman and Duncan 2014 is the hardest barrier to resolve, as changing can be directly impacted against the group norms of institution and very hard for them to accept it because the incompatibility is open with the fundamental purpose of the innovation. Thirdly, cultural barriers could lead to misconception of things, especially in communicating with each other, as your language and signs language contains a different meaning from the person you have been talking to. And lastly, beliefs could indulge the growth of a place. Like for example in a community, na hindi gustong masalihan ng ibang lahi dahil takot sila na maagaw sa kanilang lupa, which is a very, very wrong mindset of a community that could lead the society to be undiscovered and undeveloped. Thus, culture and spiritual belief indeed barriers for change. Well, that was my answers to the questions that were given. That was all my insights. Thank you for watching.